right, hey guys, what's going on? My name's Chris Jaquez, and this is your Best Life Defined. How's it going today? What's your day look like? Are you rocking it? Got a whole bunch of great stuff you get to do today? Probably not. Sorry, I don't mean to give you a down or anything, but if you're like most people, you wake up every day and you have a job to do because you need money to pay for your life, right? That's just the way it is. That's just common sense. I'm not the one that made the game up. Actually, people in corporations made the game up when they figured out they could influence the thoughts of millions with little screens. They actually started out as really big screens. Remember first big TVs? They were the size of a Mack truck. Had a screen about 12 inches wide or something like that. You ever sit back after a long day of doing all that crap you do every day and ask yourself why you do it? I mean, maybe not. Most people actually already know the answer to that question. Well, it's because this is what you have to do to live, and this is what you have to do to be successful. Well, yeah, to a degree, I guess you're probably right. But of all the things you could have done in your life, and you can still do in your life if you're alive, you still have options. They may be difficult depending on where your life is at, but you still have options. So of all the things that you could have chose to do in your life, how did you manage to come to that list of things you do every day? You know, those amazing things you do. This is where it kind of gets tough. See, people don't want to hear the truth. If I start talking about your choices, you'll get irritated. I know you will. You'll feel like, well, screw you. Who are you to be telling me what my life looks like? I love my life. I'm happy. Well, I'm not saying you're not happy. I'm not talking about happiness. I just asked a question. Why are you doing it? Is it because you wake up energized, excited about it? How does it feel to do what you do? I mean, if you're digging it, that's fine. You don't have to change anything because of me. But here's the deal. I was doing it just like you were doing it. I'd wake up every day and I'd grind it out, wake up early and I'd go work and be a good worker. And no matter what the job entailed, I did it, right? And I worked in a federal prison for 23 and a half years. So when I think about what I did, it was kind of sucky, kind of dangerous sometimes. But I did it, and the reason I did it was because I had this idea in my head that this is what success was. You have to have a house, and you have to have cars, and you should have nice stuff. So I did it. And I taught my kids to do it too. And then I woke up one day and I said, okay, now again, one more time, why am I doing this? And the reason wasn't good enough anymore. Because my reason was, well, it's what I was taught and it's like everyone else, but it wasn't good enough anymore. See, unlike a lot of people, what I did was I actually woke up one day and I said, you know, it isn't bad to mow a lawn. It isn't bad to have a big ass house. But there were so many things that were so much better. I mean, think about it. Think about your choice. You chose the house and you have the yard work. You wake up on Saturday, you have a choice. Spend the day pulling weeds, raking gravel, mowing the lawn, doing all the things that you should be doing, or get to spend the weekend hanging out at the lake, playing golf, or doing all the shit you love to do. What are you going to choose? Now you can say, oh no, I love my yard. I'll do my yard work. Bull crap. I ain't buying that for 1 minute. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm asking you, why do you do it? Why do you choose pulling weeds and doing all the stuff you do every day to support a life that you live when most of that time you spend doing those things, you're thinking about all the things you could be doing, all the things you wish you were doing? I guarantee there aren't too many men who say, oh no, honey, I love painting the bathroom. I don't mind hanging shower curtains, and oh yeah, let's remodel. Oh boy. When those things come up, guess what we think about? We think about all the things we'd like to be doing. Mountain biking, hiking. You know my deal. If you've been listening to the podcast, you know what I love. I love hanging out at the park, throwing discs at my portable disc basket, or seeing sights, or walking on the beach. That's the big one. Getting excited, going back to the ocean for about a week here in a little while. Can't wait. If you want to do that, then take a look at all the things you do in your life and ask yourself, why am I doing it? And if the reason isn't good enough, And there's some reasons that aren't good enough. The fact that you own a big-ass house and you're impressed with the big-ass house, if it doesn't add fuel to your tank every day you wake up and get to do all the stuff you have to do because you own a big-ass house, you might want to rethink why you do it. Because you can have a small house with no yard and then think about how much time you spend cleaning it, how much time you spend working to pay that mortgage off, how much time you spend doing yard work, and how much time you can spend doing all that stuff you love to do but can't because you bought that big-ass house. I don't know how to make this any easier. I was out mowing my lawn one day after my dad had died, and I'm hating it. And I'm hating it even more now because my dad used to stand behind that lawnmower. He used to be the one that mowed my lawn. And I tell him, no, Dad, I'll get it. He's like, no, don't matter. I got this. He loved mowing lawns. I don't. I didn't. Never did. And I'm out there mowing that lawn one day. I said, why am I doing this? When I could be on the beach. I could be out walking with my wife on the river walk. I could be riding my mountain bike. I could be learning a new skill. I could be busting my ass to do something that mattered. If I'm going to be out there working my ass off every day, then why wouldn't I be out there working my ass off to go after something that I really want? I could be an attorney. I could start going to school to be an attorney. Unrealistic? I don't know. At 59, probably so. But the point is, there are so many things in our life that we could be doing. And in order for us to start doing those things because they inspire us and add fuel to our tank, we have to ask ourselves why we choose to do the things we do. Why in the hell is it so important that I spend 3 hours a weekend cleaning a car so it can rain and the wind can blow, it can get dirty again, and then I can spend 3 hours next weekend doing the same thing? I don't know if you've noticed, but when your vehicle's clean or it's dirty, doesn't matter. No one throws money in the windows. No one pulls you over and says, hey, listen, that's amazing. Let me pay you something. Let me make your life better because that's just crazy. I've never had it happen to me. I've had people drive by and say, I like your house. Nice house. Okay, thanks. Thanks. Didn't add any more time to my life. Didn't make my life any easier. Didn't add any more money to my bank. Didn't make all the work I did to make my house look nice. Didn't make it any easier. You're working for something. We all are. You're working for something. You'll work for something every day. The question is, why are you doing it? Why are you working for that? I've mentioned this a bunch because, right, it kind of sits in my craw a little bit because how is it that we can actually applaud people for assuming debt? I mean, the story we all know, everybody's story is, well, we're working to be debt-free. Everybody's working to be debt-free. Everybody's working to get those bills paid off. And then guess what happens when we get a bill paid off? We run out and get another bill. Oh, we got the truck paid. Well, maybe we can buy me a new car. I mean, it's fine. It's fine if that fires your rocket. But this is how that plays out. You get that new car, you bust your ass, and in about 6 months, it's just another vehicle. It's just another bill. It's just what takes you from point A to point B. And when you used to keep it all cleaned out inside, pretty soon there's trash on the driver or the passenger side floor because you commute, and it's whatever. Just one more thing in your life, right? But you go to work every day. And when you get paid at the end of the week, at the end of the month, guess what? You pay all those bills for that life. For all those things you get to grind out every day. And the question is, why do you do it? Now, some people think, well, what other choice do I have? Well, let me tell you what other choice you have. There's a guy and he has a boat, right? He has a big-ass fancy boat, cost him $40,000. And he lives in a modular, a trailer house. Okay, and his trailer house isn't fancy. He maybe paid $18,000 for his trailer house, including the lot. And he's got this $40,000 boat parked out front. And people are like driving by and they're like, that's ridiculous. Who would spend that much money on a boat with that crappy house? And not only does he have a crappy house, he has a mediocre truck. Now, the truck runs good because he needs a truck to get the boat to the lake. And people are like, yeah, look at his junky truck and he's got that fancy boat. Who does that? Who spends all their money on their boat? Well, a guy who loves fishing would spend his money on a boat. A guy who loves being on the water would spend all his money on a boat. Because like you, he had a list of things that he's going to do. And he asked himself, why am I doing this? That getting up at 5 in the morning, working 8 hours, 10 hours, coming home. He's doing it so he can go fishing. He's doing it so he can spend his time in his big-ass boat on the lake. If you love fishing, you love hanging out on the water with your big-ass boat. That'd be a plan. Be a damn good plan if you think about it, right? So look at your life. Look at the decisions and the choices you make. Look at the decisions and choices you're going to make and the direction your life is going. And then ask yourself, why are you doing it? You can't come up with a better plan? A plan where maybe instead of 1 hour a week you get to do what you love, you turn that into 3 hours a week. You turn it into 1 day a week. You turn it into 3 days a week. Oh, or even better, you turn it into what you do to make a living, to do what you love to do. Oh, I know, that's crazy. People don't make a living doing what they love to do. Oh, well, except for Oprah Winfrey, except for Will Smith, except for Dana White, except for Joe Rogan, except for Chris Hawkes. I'm making a living just fine, and I'm doing this, right? I don't know. Maybe it works. Keep it in mind, because you have a long list of things you're going to do, and you have a lot of time left. Maybe you don't. Who knows? But you're going to wake up every day, and you're going to do something. And the way you do things that make you energized, that add fuel to your tank, is you wake up every day, and everything you do, you face with one question. Why do I do it? Why do I do this? And more than that, what could I replace this with that would add value to my life, would give me access to the kind of life I want to live? Is it always going to be easy? Hell no, it wasn't easy. It's not easy to go from construction to law enforcement. It's never been easy to do most of the things I've done. But the reason I do it makes it worth it. So keep that in mind. I hope you will continue to listen. As always, I appreciate the likes. I appreciate the follows. Thank you for being you. Wake up every day with a kind heart, because that makes the world a better place, and more than that, it makes you a better person. So keep that in mind, and as always, just remember, today's your day. Make it a good one.